Hey, welcome back again, Grow Kids. It's me, Holly. I hope that you guys are doing well and enjoying your February. We have our Bible verse. If you're remembering, it's the same as the golden rule. It's Luke 6:31. Do to others as you would want others to do to you, right? It's the same thing. We've been learning about that verse in all of our lessons on how to treat others with kindness and respect. Well, today's video, we learn about a Roman centurion. He's like pretty good stuff. Like everybody looks up to him. He has a servant at his right hand. And I'm kind of venturing to guess that he really loves this man. So this centurion is pretty like everybody who he tells to do something, they do it. He's in charge of everything. If he says stand, you stand. If he says do 10 cartwheels, you do 10 cartwheels. If he says mow his lawn, you mow his lawn. He's respected, but also feared in a sense that he's got this authority, right? When he says to do something, people do it. Well, there's one thing that he can't get to happen, and that is when his servant falls ill, and he can't tell the sickness to leave. He has no authority over this man's health. This is the first time in his life he's probably realizing, I'm helpless. I can't make this happen. But he realizes that there is one man who can, and that is Jesus. He learned about Jesus and all the healing that Jesus had been doing. The rumors of all his healing has been going around town like wildfire. And he knows that's all he has. It's his only hope to fix his friend, his servant, the man he loves. Yes, this man does things for him, but he loves him. You could tell he does because he goes all the way to find Jesus and ask for healing. And Jesus does it. I want you to watch the story and find out how Jesus does it. It's amazing. I love these stories of Jesus and healing and how he tells us how to love people and respect people. And he does it first by living it out and doing it by his own example. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as we wrap up this month on how to treat people. Remember, we show them kindness. We pray for our enemies. We love on those and we put Jesus and God first. And we remember that Jesus has ultimate authority over all of us. We love you guys so much. We hope to see you in person, okay? Growth Kids, we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. We love you guys. Bye.
The story before the story.
Today, we're in Matthew, the first book in the New Testament. But before Matthew, in the very beginning, out of a deep, deep love, God made an amazing world. But when people turned away from God, the world was broken.
God made a plan to draw people back into relationship. So at the right time, God sent a tiny baby to be born in the small town of Bethlehem, God's very own son, Jesus.
When Jesus grew up, he began to travel from town to town, teaching and healing. And the town of Capernaum was like his home base. Everyone there knew about him. Not just the Jewish people, but the Romans too.
Which is where our story starts.
We're ready.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Now, one of those Romans who knew about Jesus was a Roman centurion. This man was important. He commanded at least 100 soldiers who did exactly as ordered with no question.
Forward, march! And halt! You there! Get me a fig and walnut sandwich at once!
Yes, sir.
With extra goat cheese!
Right away, sir.
The centurion was used to being obeyed, but though he was stern, he was also a kind man. He cared about the soldiers under his command and the servants who worked for him. One day, one of the centurion's servants became desperately ill. The man was so sick he couldn't even move. The centurion may have called for the best doctors, but no one could help the man. So, the centurion did the unexpected. He went to a Jewish rabbi, Jesus, and begged for help.
Lord, my servant lies at home and can't move. He's suffering terribly.
Shall I come and heal him?
Now you have to understand, going to the home of a non-Jewish person would make Jesus unclean. It was completely against Jewish custom. But Jesus cared more about the sick man than what people might say. It turned out the centurion did not ask Jesus to come to his home. Instead, he said,
Lord, I am not good enough to have you come into my house. But just say the word and my servant will be healed. I myself am a man under authority. And I have soldiers who obey my orders. I tell this one go and he goes. I tell that one come and he comes.
The centurion knew exactly how true authority works. He knew that when he gave a command, he spoke with the power of the Roman emperor, and it would be carried out instantly. And he believed that Jesus' power and authority were so great that all Jesus had to do was speak a word from anywhere, and the servant would be healed. And you know what? The centurion was right. Jesus turned to the crowd around him and said,
What I'm about to tell you is true. In Israel, I have not found anyone whose faith is so strong.
Jesus made it clear that anyone who has faith can be a part of God's kingdom, not just people who come from the right background. Then, Jesus turned to the centurion and spoke the very word the man had hoped to hear.
Go. It will be done just as you believed it would.
Filled with joy, the centurion raced home, and sure enough, his servant ran out to greet him, completely whole and healed, just as Jesus had said. The end.
Wow, I mean, like, remote control healing?
The centurion really got it. He had respect for Jesus as the final authority.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, like we've seen, God can do the impossible with a single word. God is all-powerful and all-loving. That means God deserves our ultimate respect.
God is most important. Our lives are full of all kinds of things, good things, but our time and attention should go to God first.
You can talk to God throughout the day. In the morning when you get up,
Or when you're waiting for the bus or in the car,
Or when you're at the lunch table or at dinner with your family.
right before you're about to go to bed.
No matter what you face, whether it's a friend who's sick or a tough math test, God is the one who can give you the strength and patience and peace you need to get through your day.
when you make a habit of putting God first, you can do anything.
I think you got it. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye, Erica.
So here's the thing. Remember, God is most important.
Show me how to love like you, treating others the way you do. Kindness in my thoughts and words, respect my neighbor, putting others first. Jesus, I thank you. I just wanna sing. You're all that I need. You say that I mean so much to you. You love me like a friend and help me through. So I will worship you in all I do. So I live my life to show that I know you're everything to me. You're everything to me. You're everything to me. So I live my life to show that I know you're everything to me. You taught us a brand new way to follow you in what we do and say. Jesus, you are for us. Help us be more like you every day. Jesus, I thank you. I just wanna sing. You're all that I need. You say that I mean so much to you. You love me like a friend and help me through. So I will worship you in all I do. So I live my life to show that I know you're everything to me. You're everything to me. You're everything to me. So I live my life to show that I know You're everything to me. I'm gonna lift my voice to you. Jesus, you make me sing. I'm gonna live my life for you. You're everything to me. You say that I mean so much to you. You love me like a friend and help me through. So I will worship you in all I do. So I live my life to show that I know. You say that I mean so much to you.